welcome to the Vinyl Hustle.
We're back.
We're back after a long, extended summer break.
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
'Cause I think you meant to say quarantine.
Quarantine break. But we're now at two separate tables.
Yes.
We're socially distanced.
We've measured it. It's exactly 6.0 feet.
Yep. I feel safe.
Yeah, I do too.
But yeah, obviously we took a big break because of COVID. We weren't sure what was going on. There weren't any events around town to promote or anything like that. But now summer's over and we're getting back into it.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to start the show again.
I've got full hopes that the end of 2020, the rest of it, and then 2021 is going to bring some good music, some shows once they come back.
Yeah.
I think everybody's just got all this built up creative energy, and when them shows start coming, oh, you better watch out.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, artists are probably at home doing lots of productive stuff, let's hope.
Absolutely.
But yeah, out of oppression normally comes really great art.
Yeah.
And, so it's been tough lately, but we're getting out there and the music is helping us get through.
Always.
A lot of great music came out over the summer. Anything pointing out to you that you've been listening to?
Oh, I tell you what, I've just been listening to my vinyl collection. I've ordered some re-releases. One in particular was Boogie Down Productions, Criminal Minded.
Ooh.
Yep, got that on vinyl. Great, that's a classic. I actually ordered Cool G Rap's Return of the Dawn.
Ooh.
That's dope album.
Really?
Great, yeah.
You never had that on vinyl before?
No, and that's one of his newer albums. I think it's a few years old or something. But this guy I had no idea. I mean, I know who he is. I listened to him and DJ Polo back in the day. But I had no idea he was still going. And I just happened to come across something on the internet about him. And they were listing all of his recent records. So I ordered that one. And this guy still got it.
Wow.
He's still got it. Still the king, man. King of New York. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Check that one out.
Yeah.
I've been listening a lot to, I think since we've ended back in February, we decided.
Yeah, I think it was
episode.
End of February.
Yeah, with Jack Grelly, and hopefully we'll get him on again because that album release show never happened.
Right.
So maybe when it does happen, he'll come back on the show. That'd be cool.
That'd be great, yeah.
But I've been listening a lot to the new Jason Isbell. It's been really cool. It's called Reunions. Check it out. There's a really great song called The River.
Oh,
if you like songs about rivers, I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you've been listening to anything awesome over the summer, please put it down in the comments section.
Put it in the comment. Oh, I know one thing I've been listening to.
Yeah.
How did I forget? One of my favorite bands of all time, Ladytron.
Oh, sure.
I don't think it was released this year. I think it might have been released
I didn't see anything.
last year or early this year. Anyway, finally got the signed copy, the vinyl.
Awesome.
It's great. Their new album's great.
New Ladytron album.
Love it.
Check it out.
I love all of them.
Yeah, we'd love to see what you guys have been listening to all summer 2020.
Yeah, put it in the comments. Tell us what you've been listening to or what you're looking forward to even.
Yeah.
And we might mention it here. We've got a new format that we're going to be doing here on the Vinyl Hustle. I know if you've watched it before, you're used to me and Scott sitting in this general area here, and the whole video is just that. And we bring on,
And we put up these records that you can barely see.
Right, and then we started getting the thumbnails up there professional. But anyway, we're not going to be doing that. So, but anyway, what I was saying earlier was put your albums you've been listening to or ones you're looking forward to in the comments. We'll go over those, might mention it here on the show and even give you a shout out for it.
Yeah, so the show's going to be made up of smaller video segments.
Yes.
And then us kind of introducing stuff. And first, I'd like to introduce a section I'm calling Unique Finds.
Uh-huh.
And there's a really cool St. Louis jazz record from the 80s from Malik King, who was a saxophone player. The album's called Time and Condition, and the artist is Malik's Emerging Force Art Trio. Check it out.
Great.
Hey, everyone. I wanted to highlight this really rare and cool free jazz record that we acquired. Free jazz as in the genre, not as in the price. But it is still in great shape despite being probably 30 years old. It was recorded at Genius Sound Studios in East St. Louis in one day, October 14th, 1982. The album is called Malik's Emerging Force Art Trio, Time and Condition. The main artist is Maurice Malik King. He was a big figure here in St. Louis in the 1970s and 1980s in the jazz and poetry scene. He studied under Albert Ayler, who you might know as a more famous free jazz saxophonist in New York City. This was Malik's only recording. He was a very influential musician and teacher here in St. Louis. So let's give the first track, Movement 1, a little listen here. Check it out. That was the first track on Time and Condition by Malik's Emerging Force Art Trio. That song was called In Search of Spirits, Past and Present. Past is P-A-S-S-E-D, not P-A-S-T. I mentioned that Malik King was a teacher and jazz musician here in St. Louis. He was also a member of Shirley LaFleur's ensemble Free in Concert, and he served as the music director of the Creative Arts and Expression Lab, the African People's Continuum, and the Black Arts Alliance. I wanted to point out a couple things on the back of the album here. Notice how all the songs are titled Movement. Movement 1, 2, and 3, and then they have little subtitles that I guess they wanted to do. Thought that was kind of interesting. And then also I will announce some of the personnel here. Obviously, Malik King on sax and voice. And also got Kaim Shabazz on percussion and Zimbabwe Nakenya on bass and violin. Now, this album is not for sale anywhere on Discogs or eBay, but it's quite high. The lowest it's ever sold for is $150, and then on eBay for $135. On Discogs, the highest is $430, so a median of about $300. Now, as you could tell from the video, there were some pops and clicks, so I'll probably list it at like $150 or $200. Now I'd like to leave you with the second song on side B. It's Movement 2, or Madagascar. Thanks for listening, and enjoy. All right, hope you enjoyed that free jazz sound.
Great, great. And that's just a little snippet of how things are going to go around here on the Vinyl Hustle. We're just going to give you little videos like that. And really, from now on, me and Scott's pretty much going to be operating from our own home bases. This is his home base here at the record shop, and then I'm going to be at home doing my own segments and stuff about records that I enjoy and whatever we have here in the shop. And we're just going to go, it's going to be like a back and forth, really quick hitting, keeps your interest, peaked in different things and these different segments like the one we got coming up right now.
Yeah, and we're also going to hand it over to other employees in the shop who might know a little more about that genre than we do. So right now we're gonna head over to our metal guy here at Music Record Shop, Nick Licata. He ordered some records from Metal Blade record label, and he's gonna tell you about them. Here we go. These are a couple records we got from the Metal Blade record label. We had our resident metal guy Nick go through the inventory, and we were wondering how did you pick out these titles?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these titles were just albums that I loved and they're kind of reissued, or they're bands that I just came across, like that Cattle Decapitation or this Merciful Fate. This is a reissue that came out this year along with the King Diamond. I mean, some of these titles I just know that they're big names and they're going to sell. So
Cool. And these last two are newer records?
yeah, this Job for a Cowboy and just got released on vinyl this year, and this Behemoth is going to be coming out within next week or so. It's a title, can't think of the title, but it's one of the earlier records, and was pretty excited to see that we're going to be able to get it.
Cool. If you're interested in any of those records, come down to Music Record Shop at 3116 Locust. Hey, vinyl heads, Scott here. For the month of September, we're doing a sale, buy 3, get 2 free on all used vinyl. So I thought I'd show you my plan of attack if I was to take advantage of that sale. Whenever I come into a record store, I normally go straight to the new arrivals section. Let's get started. All right, start flipping through the new arrivals, and the first record I come across is this Squeeze record. I'm a big Squeeze fan. It's only $9.99. It's an older one, so I set that one aside. And I keep flipping, and I come across a Linda Ronstadt. I've been listening to a lot of Linda Ronstadt lately. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. But this is one of the better older ones with the Poor, Poor, Pitiful Me and what's the other one? It's So Easy to Fall in Love. Love that song. So keep flipping through the new arrivals, and I come to a Ella Fitzgerald, which is priced at $20, a little higher than I want to spend, and it looks like a bunch of love songs. But I do love Ella Fitzgerald, and it looks kind of like a collector's thing, so I set that one aside also. Then I come across a Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy, for $7, and I'm like, well, that's a great price. But then I read this note. One of the tracks skips on it. So I'm going to put that record back. And then finally, I come to this last kind of gospel record, Minister Louis Farrakhan. And he's kind of a very old school minister, and this is a bunch of sermons. And I believe one of the songs is like a 16-minute long like funk soul track. So I'm really after that song, but I've been into a lot of the more like rockin' revolutionary gospel stuff lately. So I'm gonna set that one aside too, and those are my picks from the new arrivals. So now I'm gonna move on. Mostly when I'm in record stores, I like to go for the more specialty sections. And you remember we've talked a lot about the horror, hardcore section we've had for a long time. So I found this Alfred Hitchcock here. I'm a big Hitchcock fan, and they're just stories of his stuff, so no music or anything, but it's only $7, so I put that one in my pile. And then I go over to the Keishi, which is another kind of specialty thing we got, and I find this Band Anthology 2. It's got all these songs I love on it. When I Paint My Masterpiece, This Heart Is on Fire. Those actually are both written by Bob Dylan. But great songs, and I know I'll get made fun of for doing an anthology, but I love the band, so I'm going to pick that one up. And then we go to the KZMO section, which is a country music station where we bought a bunch of their records, and pick up this Johnny Paycheck record, Take This Job and Shove It. I'm sure you all know that song. And that one's priced at $7.99 or $8. So I add that to my pile, and then after all that kind of stuff, I normally gravitate towards the blues and soul section. So I'm starting here in the blues, and I'm noticing a lot of Buddy Guy. I'm looking for something maybe used, and I find this one. Buddy Guy, it's $14.99, but it's got a it's a double discs, so 2 LPs. So I'm interested in that one, and I end up adding it to the pile. Next, I come to the soul section, finally, looking through the Stevie Wonder, as I almost always do, but I have a lot of those records, and I come to this Benton Wood, Oogum Boogum. I've always wanted that album, love that song, but this thing's $30, so I'm kind of wondering why. Take it out, and I'm seeing this beautiful white vinyl, and it was a RSD release, I guess, from 4 or 5 years ago. So $30 is a bit much for my blood, so I decide to put it back. But right behind it, I can see this OV Right. And it's the bottom line. This is also a really great record, but it's got this sticker on it that says rare, so that's good, but it also says water damaged. So I'm looking at all of the jacket, and I can see these tears and water damage, obviously, right here. But that is the kind of the stuff I look for, is a really like shitty cover, but then the vinyl is still good and the music's still good. And the vinyl looks pretty good to me. So I'm looking it over, no scratches, no water damage to the actual vinyl. So I figure I might as well give it a listen and find out if it's worth getting. So I bring the OV right over to the listening table and put it on. Just put the first song on, which is the title track, The Bottom Line. And let's find out how it sounds. All right, so now to take advantage of the sale, I need 5 records, and I've got more than that, so it's decision time. I've got these 9 records, trying to decide which ones I want to get. I'm thinking for the buy 3, get 2 free, it's probably best to stay around the same price. So I've kind of decided $10 is where I want to go. With this one, it's mostly sermons and ministers, so I'm probably going to let that one go first because I'm really just after the one song. Then this Ella Fitzgerald, and while I love me some Ella, it's mostly love songs, and $20 is a bit out of my price range. So Linda Ronstadt's a really common record, so I'll probably be able to get it any other time and maybe for a little cheaper.
I want the Squeeze album for $10 for sure. I'm not sure about this Buddy guy. I might set that aside for now. Gonna get the Hitchcock for $7. And then the band Anthology Volume 2. And Johnny Paycheck. And lastly, this OV Right. Definitely want that one. Feel like that was the prize of the group. So I think that's gonna be my 5 for the sale. If you want to come down and take advantage of the sale, we'll be doing it for the entire month of September. See you down here at Music Record Shop.
Oh yeah, really excited about that September sale.
Oh yeah, man, that's pretty good picks.
You liked them?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I tried to go all over the place. Little novelty, little country, little soul. I'm really excited about that. Not that I actually bought it, but that was an OC Wright album. That really sounded good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brando's going to do his picks since it's going for the whole month of September, and we'll have another show before the end of the month. He's going to do his 5 picks next episode.
I think my picks, no offense, Scott, I think my picks are going to be a little bit better, and I'm not going to be as indecisive or as much as of a cheapskate.
Oh, I believe that. And that is because are the picks better, but how much money did you spend? That's really going to be the question.
I can't pay my rent. My picks were better. I can't pay my rent, but Scott's picks were still on the level, but he's still got a roof over his head.
Exactly. And with this sale, I mean, if you bought $500 records, you get 2 of them free. So I mean, that'd be a great deal, but you're spending $300.
You are spending $300, but it just depends on how serious of a collector you are. So whether you're a serious collector, whether you're a frugal collector like Scott
me.
here, or you're like me that's kind of middle of the road, and if you want it, you're going to buy it. This buy 3 get 2 free works for everyone.
For sure.
It really does.
Yeah. Okay, next up is going to go into our charity autograph series. And just to remind you, if you buy this upcoming record, which is Pig Destroyer, their new album, The Octagonal Stairway,
Nice.
$5 from each record sold will go to Kids Rock Cancer right here in St. Louis.
Yes.
And then we'll end things out with our bargain pick of the week, which is a blues album from Bobby Blue Bland. Tune in next episode.
Yes, definitely. And like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, The Vinyl Hustle.
Yes, please. This episode's charity autograph series, we are featuring Pig Destroyer, their new album, The Octagonal Stairway. First thing I noticed about the album is it's all in 45 RPM. Nick, can you tell us anything about this one?
Yeah, so this is going to be 3 new songs, and then side B is going to be kind of electronic and noise tracks.
Right on. Well, to give you a little example of that, we're going to play a song from each side, just the first track on each side. The first one on side A is The Octagonal Stairway, and then on side B is News Channel 6. Enjoy. Finally is today's bargain pick of the week. Bobby Bland, Tell Mr. Bland. Bobby Bland was mostly known for mixing blues and gospel sounds. He came out of the Beale Street blues scene with other artists such as B.B. King, Junior Parker, and Roscoe Gordon. Bobby Bland had over 27 studio albums. This is one of them, Tell Mr. Bland. Thanks for listening to Vinyl Hustle. We'd like to leave you now with this song. It's the 4th song, which is also the last song on the first side. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
Right on, and don't forget, like and subscribe.
Telling me the woman I got is no good.